It is windy, it is cold, and snow is sticking to the ground here in Lebanon. We'll give you an update from Boone County coming up.
And here in downtown, it is still raining as people race to get home before this storm. Coming up, I'll tell you the city's plan and NDOT's plan to keep these roads clear. Thanks for joining us tonight on 13 News at 5 o'clock. And here's a live look outside right now. Boy, oh boy, the weather conditions are deteriorating. We've seen a big change over the last hour when it was just gray, and the precipitation is now coming down. But what you're getting depends on whether you're in the east or to the west.
Yes, and we have Sean and of course Angela who are here. They're tracking this storm because we're seeing rain. Then it's going to temperatures are going to drop, things are going to freeze, and then we're going to see snow. And I think the fact that all of that is coming together and wrapped in one and happening so rapidly is the issue here. Here's a live look at our radar right now. We actually have Angela standing by to update us with what she's seeing and kind of a timeline of what the next 24 hours are going to be looking like.
That's right. Angela and Sean have been tracking this storm for days now. And so, Angela, here's a look at radar. What do you see out there right now?
Ann and Felicia, really a good job on the timing. You know, we had to update the timing earlier this week. We saw it coming in a little faster, and now it's coming in right on schedule in terms of that transition from rain to snow. We've been preparing you for the last several days, and the winter storm is here. This is live Doppler 13 radar, and what we see here, that transition from rain to snow. I know the roads have been simply wet all day, but now those road conditions are changing rapidly. They go from wet to icy to snow covered, and we have snow starting to now stick Logansport, Flora, Frankfort, Kokomo up to Peru. South now, it's sticking in Lebanon, where we just checked in with John, and we'll do so in a little bit. Starting to see that transition in western Hendricks County. Had a viewer on Twitter let us know that rain was starting to mix with a few flakes of snow. We've got snow showers in Rockville, Brazil, in the western part of the state. In the eastern part of the state, still warm enough that this is rain, but that transition from rain to snow is happening quickly and will continue to move from west to east. We are under a winter storm warning until 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. Snowfall potential widespread 3 to 6 inches. There could be a few places east and southeast with more than 6 inches of snow. The heaviest will fall this evening, maybe an inch an hour. Temperatures are dropping rapidly, winds starting to pick up, and with those winds gusting 50 miles per hour or more, we're going to be dealing with blowing and drifting snow. And Sean, wind chills that will go dangerously low by late tonight and early tomorrow.
Yeah, we're staring down about 30 to 40 below on the wind chill, something that we haven't had for an extended period of time here since January of 2014. Very, very concerned about the flash freeze that we've talked about all week. We've had the mist, we've had the rain, roads and sidewalks are wet, not far away. So we've got 25 in Greencastle, 15 in Terre Haute, 14 in Lafayette. Just a matter of time before that reaches the Indy metro area. And once it does, that's when things are going to get icy very quickly, in addition to the snow that you were talking about. So this is the front's already through Indianapolis. We're going to see that temperature drop so quickly here over the course of the next hour. Stay with us and we'll show you how this plays out. You can see how things bottom out. In fact, we're going to be sub-zero by as early as almost 1 a.m. And unfortunately, no relief in sight for tomorrow. So we're going to be somewhere about 8 below with a wind chill of 30, 40 below. This is 3 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon where we are going to struggle to get back up to the goose egg. So though the snow becomes lighter, there's no relief for the road crews here. Even if we have light snow tomorrow with this wind whipping around, you're just not going to have a clean road for probably, I don't know, maybe till middle of Sunday. So hang in there. The rough ride is just beginning, and it's going to worsen here rapidly over the course of the next couple of hours. We'll see you in a few minutes with some more.
All right, thanks, Sean. Well, as the weather continues to change, the road conditions will change too, and they're just going to get worse and worse and worse as the storm system moves into central Indiana, and we see that dramatic drop in temperatures that Sean was talking about.
Karen Campbell's been out and she's been checking on the roads. Karen, fill us in on where you are now and what you're seeing.
Hey, Felicia. Hey, Ann. So we are traveling on US 136 heading towards Brownsburg. We just came out of Pittsburgh. So we've been, of course, driving around all afternoon, all evening long, just checking out these road conditions, starting on, I-70 where it was just rain coming down. But, the further west that we came, we started to come in contact with snow. So in certain areas, the snow was coming down thicker, faster in most areas. Here as we're approaching Brownsburg, you see, of course, the sun beginning to set here. The roads are wet. It is still snowing. One thing that we did notice, aside from the snow sticking to the grassy areas and roofs, we've seen the snow sticking to even road signs. So that could become, another issue tonight, because as we see the snow sticking to tree limbs as well, we've been talking about, as the temperature drops, how icy conditions could come into play when we talk about the power line. So keep that in mind. We're, again, heading towards Brownsburg. There are, some cars and trucks still on the road. We've seen, plow trucks as well on the road, just making sure that the roads stay clear. And as we approach the downtown area, coming to like a CVS and a Walgreens, we see these parking lots are pretty much filled with cars, maybe getting their last minute supplies and shopping on before these temperatures drop even further. So again, we are preaching, practice patience and safety as you're out on these roads tonight, if you have to be. But, of course, we want everyone indoors where it is warm and safe. So we're going to toss it back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much, Karen.
So we're already starting to see counties across central Indiana issue travel advisories. Look at all this yellow that you see right here on your screen. We expect to see many of those change to watches where only essential travel is allowed. But warnings, which will show in red, mean only emergency workers should be on the roads. We imagine that's what we could be seeing in a little bit.
Yeah, and we really do appreciate all of you letting us know what you see. I just heard from one of our viewers, Matt, who's up in Westfield, and he says right now the snow is coming in strong in Westfield. So if you've got pictures or updates about what you see outside, please share it with us so that we can inform the audience at a greater level.
Yeah, we love when you guys help us tell the story at home. We need more of that.
Be our eyewitnesses. All right, so let's go up to Boone County, more that Zionsville and Lebanon area, northwest of downtown Indianapolis.
That's where we find John Duran live tonight. John, tell us what you're seeing. I see you're bundled up right there. The wind is moving sideways. Snow is going sideways right now.
Well, Felicia, first I'm going to tell you what we're feeling, because we were in the car a little over an hour ago, and the temperature in there, the outdoor temperature from what we could read on the car, is about mid-40s. Well, by the time we stepped out for this live shot, that temperature dropped about 10 degrees, and honestly feels a little bit colder than that right now, just in the past couple minutes we've been out here. But you see the snow is whipping around, the winds are strong, they're bitter cold. And this snow, it started falling around 4 o'clock. It started out real wet and packy, and now it's dustier, a dusting of snow. We're at the Boone County Highway Department right now, and just missed a fleet of snow and snow plows, salt trucks get to work. I'm told this department could have up to 26 vehicles clearing the roads tonight. Also checked with the City of Lebanon, clearing those city streets. They said they're going to have their fleet out late tonight into the early morning, already pre-treated the roads. Same with the town of Zionsville. They're going to get started, they said actually a little bit earlier, late afternoon. They're going to be getting on the road. But this is also a time, these past few days, where people are getting that last minute shopping in. It's been stressful at the store. It's been really crowded at the store. We visited one, caught up with some shoppers just before the snow started falling, and they're getting supplies, well, not just to hunker down for this storm, but for the holiday and hunkering down for the Christmas holiday. This storm is certainly throwing a wrench into things.
It's thrown a wrench into the holidays period.
We were all planning on doing this last minute shopping for groceries and stuff in a couple days, so now we have to kind of think on our feet and get the things we need for Christmas Day a few days earlier. That's why I had both girls with me. I was like, girls, we've got to go. We got to get everything we need before the storm comes.
Yeah, hopefully indoors as this snow is whipping and it's pretty painful. These are cold, hard snowflakes, and that temperature keeps on getting colder. I'll send it back to that toasty studio for you guys. We'll see you back here in a little bit.
We're not trying to rub it in, but you go ahead, jump right back in that car, and thanks for bringing us what you're seeing.
Put on the seat heaters and stay warm. We'll check back a little bit later. Thanks so much.
Our news cars have seat heaters?
Depends which one you're in, Felicia.
Oh, good to know.
Just a reminder, if you do have to be out on the roads, pack an emergency car kit in case you run into any problems. You're going to want everything from a phone charger to a blanket, a first aid kit, of course, water and snacks, an ice scraper, a flashlight. Make sure you get extra batteries and something to help you for traction, something like sand, if you find that you're stuck in the ice or the snow.
That storm is making its way into downtown Indianapolis right now.
And that's where Lauren Kostick has kind of pitched a tent for the night. She's got an umbrella earlier, and I see you don't have that right now. Are we starting to see that turnover right now in downtown, Lauren?
Yes, and Felicia, literally in the last few minutes, that snow started coming straight through. I put that umbrella down, and it is that heavy, wet snow. And we also feel the wind picking up. The temperatures are definitely dropping. As far as the roads, they are still very, very wet. We're watching as people are trying to get out of downtown in time to get home safely. And that is why crews have been out since this morning working on treating these roads. We know DPW started around 11 this morning with 100 crew members and 76 trucks, and then started treating the roads around 4 p.m. At the same time, NDOT is trying to tackle these interstates. We are told it is all hands on deck right now. For Marion County, that means 57 trucks and 7 tow plows, and many rolled out around 2:30 this afternoon. And it's not just salt they're putting down, but also some additives mixed in. They are also hoping this will help tonight as these temperatures get very, very low.
So what we do is we use some additives for our salt to kind of stick to the ground once it bounces off the truck, which is really great, so that way it can actually get into the road. On top of that, it also allows the salt to stay at a lower freeze point, which we're going to be seeing tonight. We're going to see kind of some negative freezing points.
And for the next few days, NDOT crews will be working in 12-hour shifts. The plan right now is to go until Saturday morning. Of course, that could all change depending on this weather. And as for the city, crews will be working in extended shifts throughout this whole holiday weekend. And a good reminder is if you see one of those trucks on the road, just give them plenty of room, because Ann Felicia, as they say, less cars on the road, the quicker they can get their job done.
Absolutely, and we're so grateful for the drivers of all those vehicles. It's reassuring to see that they're lined up and out there, and we know that this is busy holiday season for them too. Lauren, thank you.
The city of Indianapolis is working with Indy Parks to make sure you have somewhere to go and get warm if you need it. The warming center at Washington Park, it's open right now, and it's going to stay open until 8 Sunday morning. Garfield and Thatcher Parks will open their centers tomorrow morning at 8, but they'll only be open for limited hours.
As you can imagine, there's a lot of cancellations that are coming into the newsroom right now because of the weather. And if you want to check them out, you can do so on our Live Doppler 13 weather app, in addition to the list that we have scrolling there at the bottom of our screen for you. If you want to get that app, it is a free download. All you have to do is head over to your phone's app store.